Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. My name is Rui Hu, and today we are going to embark on an exciting journey about building Kubernetes, commonly known as K8s, from scratch. Whether you are a seasoned developer or just getting started with the container orchestration, this stream is designed to provide you with a step-by-step guide to set up your very own Kubernetes cluster. Before we dive in, let's talk about why we'd want to build Kubernetes from scratch. While there are many managed Kubernetes services out there, building from scratch gives us a deeper understanding of its components, configurations, and the intricacies of its setup. It's a great learning experience. Kubernetes has become the de facto standard for container orchestration in the world of cloud-native applications. Why it gained so much popularity? Because Kubernetes can automatically scale application based on demand. It has great scalability and high availability with features like load balancing, rollout, rollbacks, self-healing, and it's very modern with declarative configuration, and there's storage, orchestration, service discovery, load balancing. We can go on and on. Yeah, but without further ado, let's talk about how we get there. So basically, for this tutorial, we'll go through these 6 steps. Each step I plan to make an episode. You will need a set of virtual machines or physical server. I'll be using Hyper-V in this episode, and as a learner, you need some basic understanding of Linux administration. Needs to get some familiarity with Docker or containerization in general, and of course, some of your favorite beverage to keep you going. So first, we will be set up our environment. I'm using virtual machine, so let me show you. Sure. Hyper-V Manager. Yeah, here we are. I have 3 virtual machines for the control planes and 3 virtual machines for the worker nodes. So for the control planes, I name them admin 1, 2, 3. So why 3? Because the control planes use a database called etcd, and this is a key value storage database which use a voting mechanism. So with 3 control planes, they can vote like 2 to 1 to ensure the integrity of the data. So 3 is the minimal, and if you want to have more control planes, keep the odd number 5. Beyond 5 is rare, because for 3 control planes, you can have like 1 node outage and still come up with the right result. With 5, you can have 2 control planes outage at the same time. Well, for the worker nodes, you can have as many as you want. Depends on how many resources you can put on each of the worker nodes. I have 3, but you can have 2 or more. It depends. So for each of the virtual machines, you need some system resources. So each of the virtual machines, I grant them at most 8 gig of memory. So yeah, you need a computer that have enough memory and disk space as well. So for these 6 virtual machines, I think it's took about 120 gig of my disk space, and about 50 gig of memory. So make sure you have enough resources for that. So to create the virtual machines, you just click quick create and choose Ubuntu here. You can give it a name over there and choose what network it will reside on. By default, usually you have no network and default switch. If you have Windows subsystem for Linux installed, you got a WSL switch here. You can create your own switch by like with your configuration. So I create is called HomeNet switch. So here, yeah, in the Hyper-V Manager on the right panel, there's a virtual switch manager. Click it, you can create new virtual switch. So think about a virtual switch as a physical switch. It's just virtual, lives in the computer. A switch can be internal, private, or external. Private switches doesn't connect to external network. So if you have any virtual machines connected to this switch, they are isolated from internet. Internal switch is like home network, home routers. You got an internal IP address, so it's not routable from internet. So it's the virtual machines connect to internal switch is invisible from outside. So external switch is something like your virtual machine is visible from your home network, like a wireless router. So if you have a laptop, another laptop, not the host machine, you can visit your virtual machines proactively. So look at this. It bonds to one of the external networks. Choose the right network card you want to bond with. So if you already have some Linux virtual machines and want to reuse it, make sure it has a like enhanced session enabled. So look at the let's look at this configuration. So here, see this menu. If you click View menu, there's enhanced session is checked, which means both the host and the virtual machine supports enhanced session. So by default, the host already supporting enhanced session. I think it's over there. Hyper-V settings. Yeah, enhanced session mode allows it. Both by default it allows. But for the virtual machines, if you right click and create from quick create mode, it's automatically have enhanced session support. But if it doesn't, run this command in an admin mode of PowerShell. So set VM with VM name. Here, for me, I can enter like a kubeadmin 1 or kubnode 1 and with this like HV socket. HV socket is in short for Hyper-V socket. So basically you can choose between two different sockets, either TCP socket or HV socket. So enhanced session is nothing more than remote desktop service. They use the same RDP protocol and it's very convenient because RDP you have access to things like clipboard, you can copy paste, you can parse in like devices like printers, and they don't go through the TCP socket because, yeah, as I said, there are two different sockets. The TCP socket relies on the network, and the HV socket is from the host to virtual machine. It's very convenient. I can't stress this enough because you inevitably want to copy paste some commands into the Linux machine without this enhanced session. You're going to type a lot. It's error prone. Don't do that. One more thing is that by default, when you right click and quick create the virtual machine, the hard disk is quite small. It's like, I think for Ubuntu 20.04 LTS is the default disk size is 12 giga. You want to enlarge it. So how to enlarge the disk in quick and easy way? There's a Ubuntu package over there. It's called Cloud Guest Utilities. So if you Google this, you can find with things like grow part, right? This is one of the commands. You can find like blogs with commands you can use. So first, you need to expand the disk, the hard disk drive. So here, choose the virtual disk, click edit. Oh, I'm running this virtual machine. So first, turn off the virtual machine. So this template virtual machine over there, you can click edit. So then you have the options and choose expand. The default size is only 12 gig. It's very small. I enlarged to 128. But hold on, the disk can be larger, but the partition is still small, and the file system needs to get larger too. So you want to run the command, this grow part, the dev for device, sdb. Oh, this is the second hard disk. So if you created, you want to run this lsblk block devices to list your hard disk. So for virtual machine created from quick create, you usually only have one disk, SDA, and 1 is the first partition. So note there's a space between SDA and 1. Run this command, and then look at the size. Resize to FS SDA1, no space here. Okay, and this will these two commands will grow your partition and enlarge your file system, and you don't need to you don't have to reboot your virtual machine. It's very good. So what else? Well, that's it. Here you have it. Thank you for joining me today. If you find this stream helpful, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. In the next episode,